ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Normandy here on the Lord Master channel. Excuse me, I thought I was about to burp or something, but anyways, we have expanded again, at least as far as my memory is concerned, as it's been 2 days since I last recorded the previous episode, as I took a bit of a break. And it wasn't a feeling of burnout, it was weather circumstances and daylight savings. So, yes, this episode was recorded on March 9th. Back then, I record way ahead of time, which is something that I've been doing in secret for you people for the past month or so. As you can see, we've expanded nearly all of Flanders, with the exception of Lulu, which I'll get that whenever I feel like I'm gonna usurp the title of Flanders off of you. And that's soon gonna go to Prince Andre of West Francia. But now I have my eye on Brittany at this time, because I want the forests. And if we're lucky, even though we're fabricating a claim book with such a lowly skilled thing, if you had a better bishop, which I hope he passes on soon, we could have a much higher skilled learning bishop. There we could start talking. And I've been saving my money a bit, because we're building a potential war chest, as well as making a few investments to things that I may or may not need to help out improve our economy, because the more we expand, obviously I'm going to have more levies and more taxes. And especially look towards the future for innovations. In 2 years' time, recording, just texted. In 2 years' time, I'm going to get battlements, which will unlock all early medieval era fortification buildings, which is one of the ways to increase the level of the forts in my domain, which can unlock access to eventually, get more things, such as manorialism, which gives you more early medieval era economic buildings. And of course, this with the early medieval era military buildings, which you can't get those unless you get this first. And it unlocks the entitlement rights granted, which ups the domain limit again. Sounds good, because I'm all about domain limit. And if you're going to be building new castles, now it's much more cheaper. Once you have that in vassal contract. And in addition, men-at-arms maintenance goes down a bit. Which is always good, because I am looking forward to expanding the size of my men-at-arms the more we expand. Because you need to be having a strong economy in order to back up with an equally strong military. And we do need to increase its size, which will get that other innovation of household soldiers in 9 years' time. Due to exposure spread. So the size of the regiments +3, and you get to have another men-at-arms regiment if you need to. After I get battlements, my next plan is to go for chronicle writing, where you can press several of your claims in a single war, and cost less prestige when you start wars. Because taking county by county, one by one, seems a bit tedious. My health is good as Stephanie, which I'm going to be around for a while longer, until my son Baldwin is ready to rule. Even though not as skilled in the way of learning, but I would like for him to go for the path of scholar, because you see, whenever I play that character, you would want to get this by claim interaction, on top of the innovation that we'll be getting in the future. That means we could expand faster instead of doing it one by one. Yeah. And that is part of a larger major goal where, look, there's this option of complete assimilation, but I want Norman conquest. I have no desire to go to England because, you know, England's a bit tedious, and Northern Francia is like, oh, tedious as well. And based on where I've been expanding, you might as well go for Greater Normandy. That's the thing I tend to do. Whenever I expand it enough, then I'll fight for my war of independence from West Francia one day. As you can see that outline, we will be expanding from Holland to Brittany, and including parts of the Duchy of Anjou. I already got most of the fighters except for one county. I mean, it's outside of it, but we just need it for the forest. But it doesn't look like there's enough of it. That's the reason for fabricating the claim for this area. And you got about roughly 4 years, so we got plenty of time for that. So for now, just enjoy yourself. And make any necessary investments. Another trade port will do. Anything to increase the trade power of the more coasts that I expand. Oh, I'm reminded. I need a husband who can back me up. I'm looking for someone who's got good intrigue and learning. Particularly intrigue. Who's got a good number? Go alongside with the learning. I'll marry any damn one of you. As long as you're noble, of course. You don't want to hurt the legitimacy too dang much. Keep looking. You'll find one. Unfortunately, these people are damn lowborns. Alright, there's a way to sort it out. Dynasty. Not lowborn. I fear I may have to go with you. Well, it's gonna be you, the Sorbian man. I'll take the prestige hit. Huh. No alliances, but it's just, and obviously no challenges. I'm way past, childbearing age. But I am doing that simply because I need your skills. For intrigue. I'm aware you don't have a spouse yet, but wait till you're 30. Friend died. He was the spy master. Son, you're gonna have to help me out here. Disrupt schemes. And I always have time for feasts. Neighbor? Visit the kingdom of Lotharingia when you're done. Alright, let's move out. I always have time for such things. cousin. And who the hell's this? Oh, she's got cancer. Lithuanian. What is she doing out here? That just simply want to get to the feast. Anybody I could befriend? Gerald. Okay, you are actually one for intrigue. You should be the spy master instead of Baldwin here. Sorry, Baldwin. Here, Gerald is slightly better at this. Something that befits his education. Yes, for you, he'd just be regent. You'd be a way better chance of it. I wouldn't want to make these individuals too mad. Wasn't grief and all that. Switch over. And get the domestic affairs up. She ain't too mad. She's a friend of mine. I'm reminded. You oppose? Well, let me compliment you. Now, what do you say? Let's make it partition, huh? So there. No longer a federal partition, now it's just regular partition. Divided equally. I'd like to get the Crown Authority up. This time more vassal levies will contribute more to me, and as well as vassal tax contribution towards me. Previous levels, and now I could change between all available succession laws. Rulers cannot wage war against other vassals unless they use a hook on their liege. Vassal titles cannot be inherited by characters outside realm. All vassals who refuse title revocation or vassal retraction are considered criminals. That'll do. Quick, damn it. You can click that, but yet you can't because a damn thing in the way. One more time. It was there. It was there. Did you see it? I'm in damn trouble with this. I'll come back to it later. Anyways, got a face to go. Ah! Gotcha! Okay, now it's absolute crown authority. Now, vassals cannot wage any war unless they use a hook. And rulers could designate their heir. If it was from a general and all that. You give me more taxes and you give me more levies. And you vassals may not like it, but damn it, you're gonna like it. As a matter of fact, excluding the mayors. Start swaying. Swaying these two in particular. And this is also partly the reason why I'm telling you to the domestic affairs this time. So yeah, a little bit of tax increase to help out. And if anybody dares to start any liberty factions, we got ways to negotiate. Woohoo. Alright. I was supposed to befriend somebody. Why him? What a vast endless array of foods and desserts that is. Are these the kind of meals I could expect in heaven? Oh, what an expensive selection of sweets. This must be the most food I've ever seen in one place. Life reaffirmed. But since I have very good health, it feels like I'm going to be around for another 20 years. This character. And I'm about to become an architect soon. It's taken much evening to get myself close to him while making it feel forced. After all, the friendships are natural, and one of things is spontaneous. A man picks his food, pushing a few small morsels around on a greasy wooden plate. It's all a bit heavy, isn't it? This course, the course before that, the course before that, and he nervously eyes the server bringing out the next round of dishes, and the next one too. So much rich food, all in one row. What we could really need is some innovative palate cleanser. Sounds like a poor choice, I think. Charm him utterly. The friend. Yeah, Liberty faction. It's what I expected from you. We could all tell he had too much to drink, though he insists on showing us how sober he was. Soberizing privacy proved too much for him, now spattered in stinking vomit. Huh, what a show you put on, friend. This is the feast of wines is an edible conclusion. There's one of it that remains to have not everyone is expected. That is toast to the guest of honor, Bouchard, who is out wandering. He couldn't make it here today. Shockingly, his guest praised him immediately launched to a Floristus and frankly rather inspired spiel, questioning his intelligence, moral character, and general smell. We in the audience are struck all but dumb. Here, here! Time for me to go. One day I'll hold a feast of my own whenever I do more of that. Everybody loves a good banquet. Bad harvest. Oh, that's gonna hurt the domain taxes by a lot for a year. Spent a good amount of prestige upping your crown authority like that. We're friends. 32 gold for the trade power. You see why I've been so hell-bent on expanding the coast? For one day it'll become Greater Normandy? Hey, we got trade policies now, as we're at the limit ever since we've gotten Amiens freely. So, this decision offers a strategic path, allowing rulers with access to a coastal trade port to improve, protect, and customize their trading agenda to better suit their needs and aspirations. Policies can increase trade power or decrease pirate activity. You can issue one or more trade policies lasting 10 years each. There are two base policies, foster trade and combat piracy. Up to 6 unique policies are unlocked with 16 or more skill points, which I do for all but the learning. Every active policy requires 2 assigned knights to tasks. Trading in the Mediterranean region grants bonus gold income, but we're not in the Mediterranean, unfortunately. Alright. Maritime trade policies in medieval times were characterized by focusing on securing trade routes, fostering economic prosperity, and enhancing military capabilities. Rulers implemented measures such as combating piracy through naval patrols, investing in naval fleets to protect and expand trade networks, and strategically importing essential goods. The sponsorship of privateers was common for disrupting rival trade routes. Additionally, policies addressing religious tolerance played a role in creating a diverse and vibrant trading environments. Let's see. Tempting. Development. Lose stress because you're ambitious. Ooh. If I was on the offensive, which I will be in future, this would be the option. Meanwhile, lose a lot of income while at war. Brave. Cheaper mercenaries. Increased dread. Look, time isn't going to be much of an issue once I become an architect, which I will be soon. So I'm going for that option. Expand the fleet size. Prioritize the strategic relevance of your naval forces to supply land troops, facilitate sieges, and issue embargoes and secure maritime dominance by displaying superior military capabilities. So this will reduce the piracy chance. Your knights will focus on expanding the navy, strengthening maritime capabilities, support land troops, protect coastal territories, and ensure the supremacy of your realm for the next 10 years. Because in a couple of years' time, we'll be having a claim to this, and we're going to fight a war for it. Brittany is a weak kingdom, and we can take them on. And I can sacrifice 2 knights to do this task. Just want to reduce piracy chances, because that one bothers me more than just the trade power, because we've been making a lot of gold now thanks to trade power. And my power projection has jumped up thanks to my crown authority and among other things. Swayed enough of it. Here we go. You are now the architect. It's +2 stewardship. Building construction time and cost is reduced, and so is the holdings. Now, internal affairs will be the main focus for me. Upping my stewardship and intrigue a bit. So I could become an inspector. Because I want this. Another domain limit for Amiens. Although, in actuality, I probably would want this. Personal control of this area more than me personally holding Amiens. Because I'm not going to make any much investments over there. I'm giving it to a Norman. Send gift. The mayor. You are giving it to me because you have so much money that you have no idea what you're going to do with it. Give me that. God, what I would do to get it off your hands. Huh. Yeah, excommunicate so I can imprison and then take more money off of you. But that's just, you know. And what's your reason? Because you like me well enough. And I got plenty of piety. If I need more piety, I'll go on a pilgrimage. That's something I should do in my free time. Do it, so I can get some money off of you. It's like, hey, thanks for the gift. Now can I have some more? The charming Stephanie. I am most disturbed by these tales you tell Ida's misdeeds. It pains me to do so, but I agree that the good of the Catholic faith that she must be excommunicated. I'm glad that honor saw the wisdom of my request. Here we go! You are a known criminal. Pay the penalty. Gotcha. Well, she is from over there, though. I wish I could banish you so I could take all the money. Now, banishment is which is arguably the harshest form of punishment. Banished landed rulers are deposed, while banished Courtiers has their assets seized. Assets seized. Does that mean will I get all the money or no? Because it does that way in Crusader Kings 2. Nope, I didn't get it. Well, she's my rival now, and she's excommunicated. Wherever she goes, she's going to get imprisoned somewhere. At least this is someone more terrified. You may not like me, but... Aha. So... I don't want to start creating habits of it. I was just hoping to get... only a mayor. You're not going to get a lot out of it, so... Who knows what she's going to do with these riches. Yes, I know this is a very Norman area. And I know I have the time now to build more buildings. It takes less time to do so. Bruges is very valuable to me. We do have these two, which are the ones I wanted. We don't need Farmers Field, so throw it in with this. The old age is getting to me now. Seven months. Yeah, it can be changed. Entitlement rights granted. Oh, you already had that. Oh. My husband, Marcos Tobisos, once again absent from our chambers at nightfalls. He's been disloyed, lost in thought, and rarely seen at court. Am I not to his satisfaction? Is he simply busy, or could it be performing someone else's bed? I didn't realize he's a known seducer. Oh boy. You have another? How could you even say such a thing, sir? I would never take a lover. See general upstairs my accusations. Hmm. If I catch you, Lord knows what I would do to you. You know what? Stop doing that. And I want you to focus on increasing development, which is not about development as much as increasing the construction speed to make it go faster. Balls are a common form of entertainment across all classes of society, as the types of games one can play with them are truly endless. Lately I've heard about the potential benefits of ball games for oneself too. Some people suggest that I buy a nicely made ball for my personal use or to play games with my courtiers or any visitors in our free time. Due to the popularity of ball games, I should be able to buy one. Typically made of patchwork leather stuffed with feathers at any nearby village without a problem. I do need to stay active. This would be a fun way to do. I'll take the leather ball. For historical context, ball games have been around for millennia. Through the Columbian exchange, balls in the old world were typically made of leather rather than rubber. Some pre-modern ball games would be recognizable to us today. In the ancient and medieval East Asia, for instance, a sport called Lulu in Chinese was highly popular. It had rules reminiscent of the modern football/soccer. Even royals enjoyed it. And during the Song Dynasty, leagues rose along with professional players and matches, while archaic forms of football/soccer were enjoyed in medieval Europe. Often the forms of massive crowds of villagers competing to get inflated pig's bladder to specified markers. After all, I am an athletic character, so having that one like this would definitely complement it. Should normalize this counting next. Fellow Count of Anjou. Yep. Trader. The rat catchers of Enrichment have earned a positive reputation in the region for their skill at catching ruins. In fact, their services are occasionally solicited elsewhere. This, of course, can only be a good thing, given these pesky ruins cause much mischief and harm by ruining our crops and spreading disease. The rat catcher services are invaluable. Loud up, plague resistance down. Now we're in a confrontation phase. As a reminder for you people, buildings are cheaper and they construct faster, like the one we're in the middle of right now. Apple orchards are not an uncommon sight in Normandy, and the industry has been established there for some time. Recently, my officials in the have suggested that we invest some of the apple orchards there to expand the business of production of apples, and more importantly, cider would be a good boost to the local economy. Good idea, let's do that. Now we got battlements. I've recently heard about how there are various techniques to help one write more quickly, such as using abbreviations or modified symbols to represent words. Perhaps taking the time to learn this might be helpful, perhaps it might not. While I'm still fascinated by the topic, maybe I could contact a local scholar or scribe who could teach me about these matters. Soon at a time, of course. So for the next 8 years, you're interested in learning shorthand. Showed interest in learning advanced shorthand techniques. However, the inches only last so long before they turn their attention elsewhere. For the next 8 years, you can take that decision. So, I mean, I do have a lot of time in my hands. I'm not at war, and obviously you still need to save some money. Man, this is a very unstable area. What have you done to it? Oh my goodness, you see how much that costs? Low resources, expanded military fleet, architect, just for a single keep here in our capital. Oh, damn it. Stone forts for more medieval military buildings would be nice, but I'd rather go for chronicle writing. So we'll get this in 20 years' time. And I may be around for another 20 years, possibly. But I would like to see my son, who is learning to take the path of scholar, buy claims and fight wars for it. As you are an antiquarian, you got lots of fame. Of course, the job does pay when you're an antiquarian. Wish you could do more, but I don't have a royal court, obviously. What the hell do you need that for? Not interested in searching for legends. Okay, we only had one legend in our library, which was a heroic one of 3 victories of Hrofa. What a man he was. Would like to have a holy legend of some sorts. But you have to make one up. And I'm not in the mood for it. Nor do we have the income to support it. Oh, now this is a delight. Out of his smiles, I slowly eat the phone. A while back, I heard about the confectioner living nearby who was particularly skilled in creating candy from flowers. There are many kinds of flowers that Normans of all classes and types enjoy. But there's something special about this confectioner's candied flowers. At least that's what everyone says. Today, that confectioner has prepared a collection of sugared edible flowers for my culinary enjoyment. After I sent my servants to sample a request, not only these flowers beautiful, full of color and vibrancy, they taste delicious. The flavors, the textures, oh, what a delight! I must buy more of these delightful flowers. Remember, going to war against your fellow co-religionists does cost piety. Do it. Faster monthly lifestyle experience for the Wanderer thing. And I might even, as I often say, get off my ass and go somewhere. In my lifetime, I've been to Jerusalem. Now, I wouldn't mind going on a pilgrimage to Rome. "19 months' time. Hurry up and die, Bishop, so we can get a new one, and hopefully be much better skilled than you. Because the last couple of bishops we had in past generations were all crappy." No. Again, the next one isn't going to be till this. And I've been wondering, well, which one are you going to choose? I know, I love this option. The reduction of hunts and feasts, popular opinion now. Control growth, cheaper building costs. That's always attractive for me. $34. Keep it up. Especially when we expand another coastal area. Here we go, another feast. Be my guest. Hey, tell me more about the king, if he has any secrets. Find him. Oh, just got ill. Dude. A sermon. That's the treatment. A sermon for our blessed Jesus. I can't wait to go home. Okay, Baldwin. Failed recruiter. This character has a bad reputation for trying and failing to muster more levies than is considered fair. Got a bunch of good ones. At least she'll do. Baldwin, you're the master of the hunt. I know she also picked up talented painter. That explains your monthly prestige going up. And a scheming puppeteer. Okay. Oh, for goodness sakes, try to find some legendary game around here. It's a big country now. What else? I had something else in my mind, but it's lost. I'd like to befriend the Prince Archbishop. Yep. It's pretty much routine. Construction complete. I know what I said. I just don't understand why you find it so funny. Countess Matilda cocks her head to the side while I withhold my charter. I haven't told her that what she said it could be interpreted as something lewd. If you squeeze the head, a thick substance will pour out. I may not be alone thinking this is funny either. Count Orson spat out some of his drink when Countess Matilda repeated herself. I too share the same kind of crude humor as I, or they could be offended by it. I wouldn't know what either thinks unless I speak up. Repeat what you said, but slowly, really thinking about it. You take the risk of embarrassing her and hoping to share the same kind of humor. She finds the double entendre funny. It's taking much to get myself close to Prince Archbishop Sobislav. I'm making it feel forced. After all, the best friendships are natural, and I want him to think this spontaneous. By St. Matthew, February disguised as well. That was a heavy course. And it's not the last weighty one. I said with such trouble in his stomach, safely cannot believe that servants expect to keep serving a master working this poorly. What's a Pomeranian doing here in a place like this? And he is from Berry. I was about to say, you don't tend to spread Pomeranian. There are a few Pomeranians living in Isidoni, realm of the Prince Archbishop. A man of Pomerania extract, and there's a small minority of them living there. Huh, interesting. Vultures think, and we're friends. If you got any money, don't forget to share gifts with me. The main dish rice. This piece de resistance will be remembered by the great and the good. As our host cuts the meat, my hunger turns to ash in my mouth, the roast spewing blood across the hill. The banquet is made a battlefield, and the fight to urge the gag whose whispers of disgust rises around me. Archbishop Ernst, is this a joke? Here, here. Always try to be nice. 850 gold to me. Thank you, my son. All's well. I think it's high time to go on a pilgrimage now, because, as I said, hey, no. Kingdom of Frisia is no more. Now it's reduced to a duchy. So known as suzerain. We can mop it up in future. But this duchy now pays tribute to the King of West Francia. Friends, not gonna be long for this world. You cannot start a war against a tributary. That's why Brittany will be focused. He's near death. Good. Hope for a better one. But in the meantime, I'm gonna need some more piety. Because we just lost some. Simplest thing in the world is to go on this little pilgrimage. Do the small pilgrimage first before we go take a big one. Swing around there too. Need a renown. Good enough. Okay. So after that, we swing around there. Go to Grenade. And then visit the Basilica. Never mind. No, that can be adjusted still once we get there. This is your party intensive. Go venerate the local shrines, slow it down, and then you gain small bit of piety along the way. Ready? Let's go. I made plans to travel to Mont-Saint-Michel there, and just as a major Christian religious site of France. It attracts pilgrims from far and wide. I shall become one such pilgrim. Many wish to go there to venerate the Archangel Michael, particularly through Saint Obat, the founder of Mont Saint-Michel, and I am no different. Off we go. What happened to you? My niece. Weak, ill, severely injured. I arrived at the mouth of the Xon River, on the shores of the bay that is home to Matsumaka, which is perched atop a high-rising island. Even when I was still some distance from reaching my destination, I could see the towering sight of Matsumaka from afar. A truly inspiring sight, and nothing less. At low tide, I traveled across the tidal causeway to the site itself. Those foolish enough not to do so risk perishing or at least injuring themselves in the waves. It's good to be there. In the past few days, I've gotten to know Matsumaka well. Her priests are honored by the presence of a Catholic like myself. Though Matsumaka is strongly associated with Michael the Archangel, named after him after all. Many Christian pilgrims prefer to focus on venerating the relics of Saint Albert, the bishop and founder of Mount Sinai. Albert's chief relic is his skull. One can still see the hole anywhere. Saint Michael poked his finger to convince Saint Albert to found this site. Many pilgrims focus on Saint Albert, given the legends about his healing miracles, rather than the stern Saint Michael who punishes evildoers and sinners. Now who should I focus on venerating while I'm here? Saint Michael the Destroyer. My trip to Matsumaka is drawing to a close. During my time here, I've enjoyed the sights and witnessed the glory of God in His creation. However, it's not time for me to go. Still, even as I readied my bags and made my way to leave, departed across the St. Tidal Causeway east end to this site. Now, many more throngs of pilgrims go in the opposite direction of me. Who knows what wonders and miracles we'll experience here as well. I'll return one day. 200 piety, plus 150, plus 100. 100 prestige. Unity, renown. Yeah. Now that is a good amount. But need a lot more. Ah. We visit the capital. And then we visit this place. And now, customize that route and head to there. Just to go to the Basilica of St. Martin. Ready? Go. I just want lots of piety. Reduced chances of contracting illness. I do want to live another 20 years or so. We know this event well. We seek the nearest area. This belongs in Holy Lands. Master. The monks of the nearby Cistercian Abbey received the manuscript with tears of gratitude, since it was stolen from their scriptorium months ago. Their prayers for his soul feel like a warm blessing. Tiny bit of piety gain. As I'm all piety focused now. Arbitration. Local arbitration. Whenever is necessary. Bank. Okay, we got a new realm priest. Froda the Dane. Ah, much better. Blending at 13. Don't go anywhere. Imperiality for the Sicilian frontier again. Ruled by the Greeks. We're about to fabricate a claim for this county, but we're not going to start a war for it. Not yet. I just want to see how much it costs to start such a war. Crowd to the documents, both ancient and Western, I found enough material to make that case that you are the rightful lady of the County of Nez. This was one of our... Okay. Thank you so much. To start a war, this will cost you a lot more piety. Strength is similar to ours, because he's got friends from abroad. Yeah, they're all from abroad. We can take them on. I ain't scared. Because, you know, with them over there, it's going to take their time to assemble. And they're going to move on over. And then we'll take it over. For future reference. Zemo. Going back and forth. Back and forth. But my main focus right now is... Actually, how old is... This is to marriage. Married to Lollard. Who's the strongest of the allies of his? Cornwall. Oh, he's not going to be around for too long. Because he's repenting. For what? Ah, I see. The alliance of Cornwall is due to marriage between these two. Oh, a blind one. There's a lot of difficulties in murdering somebody. I think we have to wait for changes to occur. Because, let me see, who's that man again? Just inherited this law. Don't want to kill him. Tough being a woman these days. Also, very virtuous man himself. So, he ain't done any wrong. Just a victim of circumstance. A casualty of the business. Oh, you're willing to give me a duchy. You know, give me Zealand instead. I was gonna fabricate a claim for it, but it's not Holland, but it is a part of Holland, so give me Zealand. Kinslayer. Aha. You got it. You can only request one at a time with the Pope, alright? Don't ask too much. Put that on hold. Wait for it. I, upon your request, have decided to recognize your claim on the County of Zealand. There has come to light the irrefutable proof that your ancestors did indeed rule the land in ancient times. Prove myself worthy ruler. putting good use to that piety. And this is the county of Holland itself. In an independent entity from Skane. Will not accept because likes it well enough, unlike the Kinslayer over there. In Holland, the county was free then. New Zealand, Holland, West Friesland are your targets. So now you got two claims, this and that. Now, going up against him, well, that won't work because, actually it will. It says the king will not join the war. It'll be mine. Superior strength to ours, but it says will not join because the overlord is already at war. A revolt. And he's not going to be long for this world. And mind you, he is a tributary. What kind of tributary? Subjugated. A subjugated tributary provides their suzerain with gold and prestige on a regular basis. The tributary contract breaks when the suzerain dies. In exchange, their suzerain will refrain from raiding them or make war upon them. If the tributary is attacked, their suzerain may even come to their aid. But since he's a vassal of mine, there is no way he can join. He's also already at war, so... Well, let's take that advantage right now. County Zealand is not that well fortified. Haunted abandoned fortress, though. We're trying to get this built, but plans are about to put on hold. So collect taxes because when it's wartime, construction's halted. That's how it works usually. But its development over there is pretty damn good. Unlike over there, which development is good, but it's really hampered by low control. Hey, potential low countries. It's more coast. So instead, fabricate the claim of Holland. I know it's not adjacent, but we will be adjacent to it. We just have to take things one step at a time. Brittany can wait. And finally, move over here. Assemble it down. Scama's got an extremely weak military. For conquest of Holland. But Frisia, well, Frisia also has a very weak military, but is allied to the king as a suzerain, but he can't join right now because he's in the middle of a revolt war. Let's do it. I'll lead, and we'll take this place. The Marshal, Sarah presents a detailed schedule of training activities. My lady, I propose a week of intensive drilling for our troops before we march. Many of our levies have never held a spear in anger, let alone face a determined enemy on the battlefield. With a modest investment of gold and proper equipment from the training grounds, can ensure our forces are at least somewhat prepared for the realities of war. A trained soldier is worth 3 untrained ones. Make the arrangements. Better to sweat in training than bleed in battle. I'm willing to give Amienza Oh, you better hurry up. King is not pleased. He wasn't going to join, but... Okay, old friend. Okay, we talk about this. They have special soldiers, some mercenaries, nearly 5,000 strong. Hopefully these high-level forts of ours will slow them down while we take our objective. And Skane, no, excuse me, Frizia is over there. He's leading the troops. If we can capture him, war over. This shouldn't take long. 5 months. The army of the king is out there somewhere. Perhaps this is a miscalculation on my part. I didn't think he would join, but he does. He does believe in putting down his own vassals. Luxembourg is allied with Benevento, which I'm sure they've come over there. Petty King of Northumbria. I mean, he's over there. He's way down there. Nothing to worry about. That's where he is. He's on the other side of the country. Don't get jittery. Oh, I see you. It's the enemy army out there. After them. I step out of my tent, the siege camp sprawls up before me. A maze of sagging tents and ramshackle huts, lit by the yellow fires of cook fires and the green glow cast of lighted lanterns. Piles of gear and discarded flotsam of travel cluster all around. Wagons and animals, mules, donkeys and oxen, horses and even a camel or two. Pennants snap in the wind in places, held by crooked tree limbs. Weary long-haired commanders sat at tables, trading gossip and tall tales, conferring in private. Their urgent whispers drifted on the breeze. My lord retainer approaches and informs the siege center. I got my bodyguards at the edge of the camp. The barony of Middelburg stands before me, a wasteland of mud and blood, charred husks of thatched roof houses and carcasses of animals, and fields between lit by a row of torches. Soldiers advance grimly, eliminating the wounded, bodies strewn about, limbs piled up in mounds. A man's brain and brown viscera lied sprawling in his crushed skull. Survivors huddle in the rubble and clutch babies to their chests. Spare it. This land is mine. Because once this is over, I'm giving Amiens away to a Norman local. A Norman noble. Let's move out. And try to catch them while they're out there. So we take an objective. Hold on to it. Remember, they are small-bodied troops. We're a big body, so we don't have any organizers to try to catch up to them. Shall fight here in Liège. See too if we're lucky enough to capture the leader, but we'll definitely beat him in battle. We got him. And they were too far away to contribute. This land is mine. We celebrate Christmas. That's a Christmas gift before the new millennium. Okay. Again, I never really much care about making any investments on it, so give it to somebody of a Norman culture. How does you want to hold it, Gerald, as your spy master? Make you a powerful vassal. I mean, all about giving them to my children or somebody more distantly related. Like my seneschal. You were never married. You should start a bloodline of your own. I mean, I'm sure you'll find someone suitable. Ah, got one started for you. And number 2, I'm giving you amiens, as I do prefer somebody of kin. Remember my dynasty, these kinsmen. Here. Make it yourself useful. Need a new seneschal, which will be you. I'll be having Middleburg to myself because I like the development compared to Amiens. Yeah, we may have destroyed a building, but it didn't get hit too bad. Haunted abandoned fortress. And gives me a pretty good excuse to go, you know, over there in Zealand. I'm gonna put some money into this to get to work on it. And of course, venerate the local shrines between here and there. And another thing. Get this control all the way up here. We're not going to go for a control because this one didn't take it too badly, which is good. I think it was the farms and fields that got destroyed. There's wetland farms. And after all, this is a type here. Something to think about later. We didn't loot the place, okay? Take the hint. Sorry about that. We're not here for control. Okay. As I arrive in Zealand, I'm brought to the study. The group of servants attend all my needs, then fuss around me for a while until I ask them if I'm meant to focus on my task hand if they keep running around the room. With them out of the way, I can finally start working on my plans. Which is to, again, control will not be an issue. Expand my borders. Attempt to make claims or increase offer vassalization acceptance. This try to do something different here. 40 gold now for low trade power as we continue to expand the coastline. I want Holland. And we'll get this soon. But your piety went down big time. That's why you should go on pilgrimages often. Control up. Out here to find yourself some poachers, are you? A ragged-looking hunter yells at us as we approach a small camp over one of many surveys in the hinterlands of Zealand. Plenty to be found, even in a real royal land. Here in Bergen op Zoom, it's every woman for herself. If you want to stake your claim on these lands, you need someone who could show up in your name regularly, if you know what I mean. She continues to rank before biting a chunk of the grilled meat. A group who could show everyone here that the land really belongs to me. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. We shall hire some guards who can control these hinterlands. My success chance goes up here, if I'm ever in the mood to hunt there. I travelled to the borderlands of Zealand, seeing the very edges of my realm, an empty wasteland, waiting for a lady of some ambition to take the reins, someone with an eye for potential. With nobody else to know entirely, establishing dominance and staking our claims in these lands shouldn't be proved a problem. Time to make these lands my lands. So, whew. This is all thanks to your high intrigue skill. Improved claims rewarded the inspections improved, so you either have 31% chance that you get a pressed claim on the County of Holland. Pressed claims means inheritable. 63% chance you get an unpressed claim, which is not inheritable. So do it. Yeah, obviously we can no longer claim it because we got it. It's a good harvest. Yes, it's a good harvest. But at the same time, made an unpressed claim in the County of Holland. That's why I went there. Not for control, but for Holland. Held by the petty king of Skane, who was also a subjugated tributary of the king of West Francia. Which he's winning a war, and remember, if you want to start a war now, his army's way down there. And it's best for you to win a fast one. And after what you did, it was a fort level 4 here, down here. But in Amsterdam, fort level 4 as well. So obviously this place has seen some action in long past. And then there's the petty kingdom of Holland itself, with the county of West Friesland, and Haarlem with an even lower fort level. Get to work on that. We'll be getting all this in no time. So yeah, we're focused on Holland rather than Brittany. Brittany's for later. So we got it. Got the claim for Holland, but please be careful. Do it when the king is dead. He's not going to be long for this world. Even though he's a known son of mine and an adulterer. Let's still. Continue. After a long day talking to local landholders, I find myself troubled with a small dispute between merchant guilds, only to be followed into more noble bickering. No matter where I looked, I feel like it's just another problem waiting for my attention. What is wrong with the people living here in Zealand? Do they even want things to get better? God dang it! Control up. Whoa. Okay. We got a press claim in the county of Antwerpen, Brabant, and Holland, in the petty kingdom of Holland. We got them. We got them all. Now, when you say petty kingdom of Holland, you mean the whole damn thing. Again, the contested title. But that does not mean the county itself. But Antwerpen, which I don't really need that right now. That's not part of the goal. But it's nice to know that comes from Lithuania. And Brabant is part of West Francia, which, why on earth would I want that? But these are all inheritable. Want West Friedland, not the kingdom itself. But he only holds one title. But I fear if I do that, I don't think I'll be able to grab his. Damn. But I say may become an adventurer, so it's possible I may take his land as well. Okay. But I would rather wait for the king to be dead before doing anything else. The fields of Ypres is a sight to behold. Every crop in bloom, every leaf green, every stem luscious. I quickly tracked down the source of the Venetian, spotting a man in standard field, holding a lecture of some sort of gathering to the listeners. My name is Master Walter. He knows his way to garden in terms of my direction. My knowledge of gardening is vast. Yes, incredible, so stay a while and listen. Got me intrigued. I'm a gardener, +2 stewardship, and less stress gain. Alright. Arnold's jittery with his childish glee as she guides my visit to the Piety Choir of St. Holland. For some incomprehensible reason, she seems to think this place is the jewel in her grassy crown. I look out to the ravaged field, all brown and grayish green. My eyelids grow heavy. Lately, sleep's been eluding me, so they Joel awakes. Was I boring you? I was simply taking it all in. 99% chance that I could convince you. It's nice. What the hell's going on out there? Major consumption. Hold on, dang nabbit. Where is this dam? Oh, there you are. You're way down there. This is a hunt. I don't know if my prowess can handle it, but as long as it gets me moving and time to pass. Whoa, 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 where the hell am I going? Don't tell me that's diseased area. Not to mention war zone. Oh, that's diseased. I ain't going over there. I'm in no mood to get sick right now. Oh, near death, he's got consumption. Get ready for war. The king is dead. All the tributaries are now independent. That means it's open season, as King Maurice, the heir to Duchy of Anjou. As I said, it's open season now. Taking Holland next. Move, rally point to Bruges. Amsterdam's got a fort level 4. Should be similar. I've even taken the liberty of researching additional justifications for our war. The With your permission and a small investment, I could hire scribes to create a more comprehensive documentation of our claims, unearthing old treaties and genealogical connections that strive in our position. These are hence claims would not only justify our actions in the eyes of the other rulers, but could also potentially reduce the prestige cost for future peace negotiations. Make our claim ironclad. Leave no room for doubt. Yeah, bring your friends. We'll beat them too. Massacring walls in Bruges is finished. Army of Arnheim. This temple's got a fort level. Typically it doesn't, but that's because it's a haunted abandoned fortress. So they're in our way, and we'll have them dealt with as we're on our way to Amsterdam. Two landless venture armies. That's step one. This will take 4 months. And then, you're next. There's no loot here, but that's fine. We just want Holland. No longer master of the horse. What do I need a man? I'm going to keep double dipping your pay so you can have a lot of money whenever your rule begins when I pass. I'm not going to hold Amsterdam for myself. Offer peace, Scane. No, no white peace. Step out of my tent, a siege camp sprawls up before me. A haphazard city of canvas and timber and animal hides. A mud and narrow paths winding through the huts and lean-tos. Flags flutter in the stiff northwestern breeze. Colors stark and bright against the noon sky. The smell of tar and Nate's hangs in the air. A low retainer approaches and informs the siege I now gather my bodyguards head to the edge of the camp. The barony of Amsterdam stands before me. A smoldering wasteland, a bleak abyss wreathed in smoke and red ruin. In the fields between, rotting remains of dead men lie in heaps, tangled and contorted, bodies littered square. The stench of smoke and flesh reaches across the cold black expanse between us. Survivors huddle silently in the street, nuzzled up against their neighbors. Muddy eyes look up to sea, shuddering when they look at me for direction. Spare it. It's gonna be our land. Meanwhile, after getting too close to the action when the besieging barony of Amsterdam, I found myself caught with a nasty gash across my face by the tip of an arrow from a lucky foe. I've had worse. Certainly not a pleasant feeling. Wandering back to its main battle camp under the cover of the shield, I end up standing next to a tacky-looking makeshift catapult, and watch as it wildly launches a ball of rocks towards the lucky archer that hit me. Smiling for a second in revenge for wincing in pain from the wound that cut on my face, I glance back at the siege weapon. In the future, maybe I should reevaluate my positioning or equipment during sieges. Lucky shot. Learned from the siege. Meanwhile, My soldiers have uncovered an underground gambling operation in the county of Holland, where both locals and some of my own men have been wagering coin and goods. The games have been quite elaborate, and significant sums change in a night. Your knight, Baldwin, my son and heir, reports of frustration. My lady, some say it keeps morale high, others claim it breeds disorder and debt. The ringleaders offered to share profits if allowed to continue. Gambling in an occupied county. Let's see. Allow it to continue, but under strict supervision. This county's under occupation. Oh, don't do that. Okay, we've taken the objective, but no sign of the enemy of Skane. You know, the logical thing we could do now is occupy this, occupy more territory. War score ticks up, and then you got it. Made me Chancellor. Thank you. No white peace. As I lie in bed, constrained by my wounds, I have time to reflect on the meaning of life, how tenuous my grasp at all this. My fate rests partly on my constitution, partly on the care I receive, but mostly on luck. As time passes, a conclusion approaches, but in the end I'm ready to accept my destiny. 3% chance I'll die, 5% chance I'll become scarred, 91% chance I'll lose wounded. Still here. Let's take this place. This is another 3 to 4 months. Just to up the war score more, as it'll tick up with time. Don't mind that one. Just take this place first before we deal with them. Teutonic Order has been established. How many Catholic Holy Orders we have? 3. Teutonic Order, Knights Hospitaller, Knights Templar. There's Skane. They're gonna want it back as we take Sorda. They've landed. But war's over. Stepping on my tent, sea kind of sprawls out before me. A jumble of soggy tents, miserable men in grimy clothes, and cooking fires and smoke. Flags flutter in the stiff northwestern breeze. Colors stark in the against the dune sky. Shouts and cries ring through the damp air. Yeah. The barony of Solis stands before me. A smoldering wasteland, a bleak abyss wraved in smoke and red ruin. In the fields between, the ravens feast on the bodies of the fallen men. Thick smoke curls upwards from the smoldering ruins. Grieving widows and orphaned children amid the ruins. Excuse me. Smoke wakes up from the many fires and flags buzz around blackened buildings. Despair. Well, actually, I should have looted that because that's not the land I'm going to be holding. But imprison everyone you see. It's over. You hear me? It's over. Okay. We got Amsterdam. We could start one more war, but slow down a bit. Because the offensive war... Oh, it's not that bad. Not that bad. Unless you want to wait 2 years, then take a break for 2 years, and then we'll go. We only want the county, not the duchy. Because I don't want my children inheriting no duchy titles. Normandy must be one. It must be one single great duchy. That I envision. And who's going to inherit that? Baldwin. Okay. We'll be getting these two soon, so I'm willing to go over the limit slightly. should use this free time to go on a pilgrimage to Rome. Oh, no, that's diseased. Okay, let's make it a short one. Go to Cologne. Contemplative. Slow it down. No rush. You could overspend it if you want to bring everybody abroad. But hey, I actually want to make a one little change of regents. Baldwin, I know you're the man, but I've designated Millicent. I want you to come with me on this pilgrimage, because I need you to pick up that trait. Baldwin, are you not coming? Oh well. You just earn much more piety. More piety, much more piety. Right. Wait, there's that cheaper option, but it makes travel more dangerous for me. Even though I got pretty good savings. Just realized that my daughter's a leper. Let's get going. This will be an altruism. Increase public opinion and piety. I'm all about piety now. We need more piety before we expand more again. Pilgrimage to Cologne. Not the usual pilgrimage site that I would go to, but Rome's too sick. I could go around, but no, that would take more time for me. I'll thank the merchant declined to offer. I got enough of these damn things. I stir from my slumber as someone in the camp knocks over an iron pan. When I look around, it appears that two people dressed as pilgrims are rightfully through our supplies in search of valuables to steal. One of them sees me stirring and freezes in position as the other thief runs away. Take your pick. You should join us to Cologne. He's clearly an unfortunate creature. This is because I am matriarch and pilgrim. Get a strong hook on this guy. Come join us. Put on your pilgrim hat. Word of my arrival seems to spread to the county of Cambrai. As our entourage is soon beset with countless serfs begging to be blessed with a royal touch. I could, of course, simply sprinkle a little water, blessed by myself upon them. They would surely be satisfied. But granting them blessed corn to soothe their infected areas would keep them happy and blessed for much longer. Okay, I shall distribute blessed coins. It's a good touch. Always breaking up an argument because I'm one of diplomacy. Fair taxation. We got the gold. I'm finally here, body and soul, in the great church of Cologne. As the bishop offers me blessing, I reflect on everything I've happened to God bring me here at this moment in time. Oh, a minute, my knight appears over the sprawling holy site. As we make our way through. Oh, it's truly a sight to behold. Place where cultures meet and faiths come together for worship. Are we not blessed to get to experience such familiarity and companionship? Maximum respectively. Don't have the xenophilic tradition. But I'll say, the feats spirituality can achieve, become more pious. Offer charity to the poor. As I walk through the streets, I call, where's the local market catch my attention? Merchant grins at me for grapes. I have the wares if my lady has a coin. These exotic goods could fetch a fine profit back home, or perhaps they're worth saving as a gift. Worldly possessions, how mundane. Our income is good enough where we kind of don't need that. Plus, we can always raid. A pilgrim puts down about the door before the altar, bowing her head. I see Jacques blessing, uttering suddenly, holy a minute here. Mr. Mixers, do you also bring some to have blessed dear Marchioness? Ah, this book. Please make my Marchioness Stephanie's vein to trade more pious. So it increases durability and also gains monthly piety, even though this thing isn't really meant for it. But this book is blessed. It shines a pristine aura after being blessed in the holy site of Cologne now. Get that repaired. I should be using a different book. Norman Healing Guide. Just to give you some small, medium health boost. I'm feeling fine, but I like to remain healthy. Although I do have other means to make myself healthy. Get these two off. There's no nearby. Small health boost. Small health boost. Give me that leather ball. And look at me, feeling good at 65. As our time as sacred site draws to an end, I feel reassured that I might not have been the most pious pilgrim out there, but improving my dedication to the Lord in more ways than one. This being my first pilgrimage, while no pilgrimage is exactly like, I feel confident I'm more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey in the future. Well, it's been an honor. Not exactly what I had hoped, but monthly piety per night. That'll help. Next time, Rome or Jerusalem, okay? You could do another pilgrimage like that again. Oh, well, we'll tell you when. You built a large Christian church. Thank you. I'd like to see it go back to acculturation one day. Pay the ransom. Give it here. Charts and itineraries. Come on in. We need more men like you in our ranks. We got household soldiers, which means we can increase the size of our men-at-arms regiments, if need be. And that includes our Varangian veterans. So we could definitely beef up the size of this, but we need the money, and we need stronger income. We'll be able to get personal touch in future. And then have that. Since I'm so dang healthy, I might as well return to wealth focus and go for these, especially these. I'm not particularly interested in learning a bit, except maybe this one. Or even explore intrigue, because I've been doing a little bit of plotting here and there, since I've done some of that. But we will see. I believe we can wait. We can go inspect to Holland. Let's do that again. Good timing. Thank you for the gift. Just want to keep active and keep on moving. You do it. Sorry. He's just a guest. Amsterdam, that control isn't great, and there are no buildings to speak of, and I'm not willing to make any investments for Holland as of yet. But however, major natural harbor and potential low countries, the development is excellent, but damn it, we need to, you know. As I pass through the small town of my travels, I am accosted by a foul-smelling man. He stumbles forth and nearly falls to the member of my entourage as he approaches. This breath reeks of alcohol and has clearly had a few too many cups of mead. Could you spare some change? My digs a bit hard. I've laid it, could really use a pint. After he uses the last silver winners to beg, he falls over on the ground and pisses himself. Clearly starts to affairs, but is it hardly my problem, is it? How disgusting this place. Get out of here. Pass through the back alley in Dort. I see a lonely child and a dog sitting in a corner by a small. Here you go, Valor. She tells us it's some best for keeping on for herself. Look at the two. Dog's clearly taking much better care of its owner. Carelessly giving it everything she could find. Here's some food, child. Kind rule. Piety. All about piety. Alright, what are we here for? Damn muddy roads. No need to expand the borders here. Let's improve the bureaucracy here instead. As there is no bureaucracy to speak of here. There's no buildings. Castle buildings, that is. As I travel through the streets of Holland, I find myself facing a woman being threatened by some sort of ruffian in the middle of the day. She screams for help and looks at me and my guards. Some mercenaries have been tailored to banditry and crown to sustain themselves as of late. I have no idea I've gotten this bad. Don't want to step in and help this poor woman. As much as I would like to intervene, but this is going to hurt. And I'll say, perhaps they are open for a job offer. Mercenary garrison here. Jump up the control here. What's the popular opinion over here? It's still good. But again, I don't want to invest. Don't want to throw money in there yet. Local garrison's been struggling as of late, and we got the control off. So far, so good. I find myself yet again in conversations with the locals about how I should prioritize restructuring Holland. Move and rebuild the old town walls. They just got them thought out. The local garrison says, think of how much more space we've ever residential district. No. Your merchant district is dire need a touch-up. Now this representative of local guilds cuts the cost changing. Imagine how much more likely the town will be with an active merchant district. Up the construction. Focus on the crumbling old walls of Holland. That's what I mean for times like these. At least she was a leper. She died a leper. No children. You'll do. All I have is my 2 sons. I've been diagnosed with a worse condition. But I'm about to finish the inspection, so at least it wasn't in vain. Now I got pneumonia. As we say in the Oregon Trail videos, pneumonia ain't nothing to mess with. You better stop this train or we have some grave digging to do. Inclusive inspection, unfortunately. But hopefully one day it'll be done. I can't guarantee if I survive this. If I die, Baldwin, get ready to take over because you're going to put some money into what I already have. You've got a lot of prestige. You're ready for rule. And you better be ready to find yourself a spouse. A fabrication for County Western. So, if I die, who's going to get what? So, lots of titles are going to places in the partition. Check the lines, y'all. Oranges goes to Baldwin. Bellon goes to Gerald. Calais goes to Gerald. Bruges goes to Baldwin. And Zeeland goes to Gerald. Amsterdam goes to Baldwin. And obviously our capital county goes to Baldwin. So you might as well start making investments here. Do it at a cheaper cost though. You eat it, because I'm already sick as it is. Shut up, traitor. I might die in my travel. Sit in a quiet town, Bruges, when a loud band of rugged-looking sellswords comes marching. British leader, just one of my gods saw, graciously sits on the table. A noble woman, like, it stood at the service of the best band of mercenaries in Bruges. More loyal men you'll never find if you pay us properly. I got a job for you. Will I make it home? Will I survive pneumonia? Brooke. Don't forget to pay all the money for my funeral when that time comes. As our order the Teutonic going to grow, we need more land to organize in the defense of our capital. The city of Seas, which is over there in this part of Normandy, is perfectly suited for our purpose, and we wish to lease it for the service of our cause. Your request is granted. You got it. My son will inherit a lot of money in case the consumption overtakes me. Don't do anything. On top of a peasant revolt as well. Don't do nothing. I live. I was able to beat pneumonia. Alright. Now I'm healthy as ever. Ready for the world. If there are any trinkets that you actually care, repair them. If not, shut the F up and let it break down. Especially this one here. Well, you're not going to use it, so break it. You got enough health books. Just wait a few months, okay? Move rally point over here. from the hub of inferior. You got nothing. In fact, put it over here at Dort. Friend Gilbert died. Oh, by the way, so no, he has no friends. His two brothers might go at it, I fear. Just wait a few, don't do anything. Low trade power. Trade power's gone down. More importantly, personal touch. Dealing limit has gone up, reducing the penalties, thus making me more money and levies. Do you have another? Still in denial. Feast. No, I don't got time. Double saw my spouse approach me to exquisite political idea might serve me to reap some benefits. As things stand, his plan to implement some social reforms in order to alleviate the sufferings of the common peasant, thus increasing their general well-being. Always was a step ahead plan. He already involved the powerful religious dignitaries in order to help find out them flat to find. Now face the decision on the judge and the necessary gold is necessary to place in most social reforms. Control up a bit. Yes, yes. I'll accept that. That I do like. We don't have time to beef up the military with an unexpected boon. This is influencing my vast spending on resources to lower their opinion of me. He's not going to plan. Well, the man's already an ass anyway. Here it comes. Count down the days. Them days when war begins. And it'll be an easy war. And then I'm going to have to distribute who should take what. It behooves a strong marker to spend time at sea. With the salty air in our face and the fine vessel beneath me, today sees my personal craft escorting a small squadron of drills, practice, and pleasure. The short voyage has been an exhilarating change of pace from the life of court. We spotted a disciplined water, followed by a small island of wine, dark flesh rolling on the waves. Great beasts of all the deeps. A whale. Let the others handle it. Just bring me the carcass. 50 gold. If I had the prowess, if I was a young woman, I would have loved to challenge that thing myself. Alright, here you go. Enjoy your war. Due to the Border Wars policy locked to conditional join, any liege may join the war after 3 years using the protect vassal interaction. Go ahead. My rival, the former mayor, is dead. Hey, war's upon us, and a regular force may not be suffice. Recommend hiring veteran mercenaries to bolster our vanguard and train our levy troops for to face real combat. It will cost prestige to associate a banner with hired swords, but their experience would be invaluable. I would arrange for battle-hardened warriors who would greatly increase our chances of swift victory. Seek out those veterans. Victory shall be worth the price. Yes, it'll take a couple months' time to assemble everybody, but it'll be worth it. As soon as we take West Freeland, that'll be the end of the episode. So we're going a bit long here. Learn language scheme speed with this horn. You know, I would give my son the lands of Holland. Well, I would go for Brittany in the next episode. Change direction. Oh boy. 75 gold for this. Yeah, they're running. If you try to escape at sea, good luck with that. Because they got nowhere to run. Because there's not many places to escape from. Could just keep on going. Okay, you know what? Stop right there. Split. We got you surrounded. He's trying to make a run for it. Now, let's begin the siege. The very heartlands of Western Christianity are under siege by infidels. Desperate Christian lords have persuaded His Holiness Pope Honors to declare his intention of forging a righteous alliance to expel the heathens in the name of St. George. We now have Crusades. Nice one. And now we got siege weapons. I'll take charge. It's for level 2. King Andre is Maurice abdicated. Abdicated? Did you lose? He lost. Oh. Now we have a child ruler. There's our liege. Oh boy. I exit my tent. Siege camp sprawls out before me. A great knot of men and smoky torches. Pennants snapping. The wind in places, held by crooked tree limbs. Very long-haired commanders sit at tables, trading gossip and tall tales, conferring private. Urgent whispers drifting on the breeze. A low lieutenant approaches me and warns the siege has ended. I gather my bodyguards at the edge of the camp. The barony of Haarlem stands for me. A smoldering wasteland. A bleak abyss wreathed in smoke and red ruin. In the fields between, the dead and dying light, even a grotesque mounts. The smell of rotting flesh hangs heavy in the air. Later, with the fierce copper scent of blood, bodies litter the fields, village after villager lie down in the muck. What's the development here? 14. It's not that great. Looted for once. Because it's far apart from our land of what it's going to be. As we end this war on New Year's Eve, and then New Year's Day. There you go. Stop right here. That's where we'll end the episode here. So they were in the middle of building that while we were building the same thing. So that's it for the Holland offensive, as we did take the areas which will one day be part of Greater Normandy. And soon we'll be changing direction and go towards Brittany and Anjou, two major baronies. Duchies that needs to be taken. And of course, we haven't forgot about you. We will get you one day, whenever we're comfortable for it. I mean, you don't need Flanders, the Duchy of, in order to vassalize. I could simply just, oh, fabricate the claim on you. Ask the king to come and get it because I don't want to fight the war for, but I'd rather fight wars down there. Especially against Frisia, which is an independent entity. Unfortunately for them. So, as will be the next target to fight the next war for. So at least the offensive wars thing isn't an issue, as we've been fighting some quick wars. Some small wars. In the next episode, I'm going to become an inspector, and then I'll return to well focus and get these. Since you've been on the offensive lately, so you want to make more fortune while you're on the said offensive. So, we'll see you in the next episode, but until then, so long for now.